Hello, and welcome to the weekly broadcast of Strategic Speaking for Results. I'm Elizabeth Bachman, your host, and today I'm talking about how you can use your stories when asking for a raise or a promotion. This is where your stories of your achievements are really helpful. If you have been tracking your achievements, as we said in the Seeding Your Value with Stories broadcast, then you've got a list of what your achievements are. And if you haven't started tracking, I'll put the link in the comments and go back and listen to it and start now. It's not too late. As you create these stories of your achievements, that's your ammunition, if you will. That's the statistics that you can use and the receipts you can use when you are going in to ask for a raise. Another useful story to have, this is especially if you're looking for a new job, is what are lessons that you learned back at the beginning of your career, particularly when you're looking for a promotion to a new position. Someone's going to ask you about the biggest mistake you've ever made or the things that you're not good at. So in addition to your achievements, look at the things that you're not particularly good at, but how you learned it. You may say, I learned back way early on in my career that I had to be clear when communicating with my staff. I couldn't just drop a hint because nothing ever happened. Now I know how to give clear, concise directions. That's something for me. That's a mistake I made way early on in the beginning of my career. When you tell these stories, first of all, before you're asking for a raise or a promotion, do your homework. Put yourself in, use strategic empathy to put yourself in the shoes of your listeners. Who is it who can give you this promotion? Who's this who can recommend you? What do they care about? So you can phrase this in a way of how I can make you look good by running this team, and then that will make the whole department look good. Or think about the pressures that they are under. Also, know who your competition is. Know what the internal dynamics are. It might be that the next position to open up is probably going to go to somebody whose department is being merged with yours, for instance. That's happening to a client of mine. So a client of mine at the moment is Nancy. She wants to rise in her company, but the next vice presidential position is probably going to go as a reward to the man whose department is being folded into hers, which means that she's going to be doing twice as much work, but not getting recognized for it. So she's looking for positions, vice president positions in other departments in the same company. So you have to know your competition. You have to know why you are the best choice for this job. This is especially important now when companies are reining in. They're not doing any extra new hiring. So if you're already part of the company, this is a way that you could save them money. They don't have to do a search. They don't have to hire a search firm. They don't have to spend the time to interview outsiders if you could do the job. Now, of course, this is different for everybody. So if you have any questions, contact me and we can talk about your specific situation. The second thing is to make sure that you have your achievement stories, your successes at hand, and that you have practiced telling those stories. So if they ask you, how would you deal with this kind of situation? You can say, well, it's like the time I did da, 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 da. And then make sure that the story will flow easily off your tongue. Remember, speaking is a physical art. You have to train your lips and tongue. Then, very importantly, choose your moment and ask for an appointment. especially if the person that you will be interviewing with is single focused. They will only be able to focus on one thing at a time. So make an appointment. Say, when could I talk to you about my proposal to get this raise or to get this position? Tell them in advance what it's about, and then make an appointment. Don't keep talking. That's one of the ways that people sabotage themselves. And then when you come in, be concise. State your point. Be ready. Anticipate any challenges, any questions they might have. If you don't have an answer, it's okay. Just say, I don't have that at the tip of my tongue right now. I'll get back to you. There's a great deal more about this in the podcast episode, Ace That Interview, where I go into a lot more depth about how to interview for a raise, a promotion, or a new job. I'll post the link in the comments. And if you're curious how this might apply to your specific situation, drop me a note in the comments, tag me, I'll get the message, and I will get back to you. This has been Strategic Speaking for Results. I'll see you on the next one.